My name is Aida, and I am in stakeholder management here in G4G Malaysia, and I'm also going to be your moderator for today. How's everyone feeling? So to keep us engaged, please stay engaged by writing your comments in the chat group. All right. So if you're wondering what is Girls for Girls, founded in 2017, G4G is an international NGO by several co-founders globally, and luckily we have some of them here today. So say hi to them in the chat box. So we strive to provide young women and girls around the world with courage, vision, and skills it takes to step up in leadership positions. So a webinar like this helps us achieve just that, but also build a community with our male allies to upskill towards our goal of eventual leadership. So today, since we're talking about digital entrepreneurships, we have two amazing entrepreneurs here with us today. We have Sian Chiew and Thanuja. Hi guys. So as an entrepreneur, Sian Chiew is the founder of Root Remedies, a minimalist skincare brand and also a content creator. She's a minimalist at heart and is passionate about natural skincare. So who's here enjoys and also passionate about skincare? Because I am. So let's share it on the chat group, guys, how we feel. So we see Camila there, who's also passionate about it, and Victoria. And also we have Thanuja here. She's the founder of byThanuja, a vegan and cruelty-free health and beauty powder from 100% organic herbs and spices. So she's also a former Miss World representative for Malaysia, turned TV host and actress, and is also passionate for animal rights. So say hi, Thanuja.
Hi, everyone. I don't know if you can hear me. Can everyone hear me?
Can.
Hi. Hello, hi. G4G, one world over who's tuning in. Hi.
Hi, guys. All right, so let's get started. Who's excited? Because we all are. So let's start with Sian Chiew, if they could give us a brief 1-minute version of their business. Sian Chiew.
So Root Remedies is a natural skincare brand. Our focus is to bring truly natural skincare products that work to everyone. We use minimal ingredients in our products because we believe that's all your skin needs. And by using high quality ingredients, the products will deliver real results. And all of our products are plant-based, cruelty-free, and environmentally friendly, good for your skin and our Mother Earth. We also want to make skincare a fun and easy experience for everybody, no matter if you are girls or any age. Our skincare is made for everyone.
All right, so that's great. So today we're going to be learning more about natural remedies and how to run sustainable business from Sian Chiew. And we also have Thanuja. So Thanuja, do you want to give a brief concept of your business?
Hi, everyone. Nice to meet everyone here today. So just to give you a little brief info about byThanuja. byThanuja's first product is a health and beauty powder that was actually a recipe passed on to me by my mom, who's very much into Ayurvedic practices. So she practiced Ayurveda from a very young age, and it's something that the entire family's taken on over the years. And this product is called Living Herbs. It's 100% organic, it's vegan, it's cruelty-free, and it's something actually my family and I have been consuming for a very long time. I've been personally consuming it from the age of 19. And yeah, it's something, we call it the magic powder at home actually, because it literally can help with all your health and beauty woes. So yeah, I'm very excited to share about byThanuja's Living Herbs today.
Wow, that's great. So it seems like both of our panelists here today have been running purposeful brands. So we're excited. So have any of you heard of their brands or have tried them? Leave some reviews and recommendations in the chat box. So let's go back to Sian Chiew. The first question is, what was your aha moment for starting your own business?
Right. So I'm always very passionate about skincare and makeup and have tried various commercial skincare products, but nothing really worked until I stumbled upon plant oils. I was supposed to try at first because I thought it's such a crazy idea to put on oil on skins, right? But then I just did my research and really just gave it a try. And then I immediately saw positive results. Plant oil has a lot of benefits, and I just want to share it to more people. And I also reflected a lot on the product that I've been using. I can't believe I'm actually putting on a lot of stuff that I can't even pronounce the names on my skin. Then I just started to question more, learn to read ingredient lists, and started to look for transparency in brands. And also one more thing, I really hate that a lot of brands, they often like target your insecurities in order to sell your products. They make you feel really bad about yourself, and you feel that you are always not enough, make you think that it's not okay to have like acne, pigmentations, fine lines, and So I want to change that. I want to create a safe space for my customers. They will feel safe coming to us for natural solutions. Yeah, so that's what made me want to start my own brand.
That's great. That's true. We sometimes are unaware of what are the products on there. So that's Root Remedies. And we have one comment here that says she's in love with the black seed pure oil.
Thank you so much. These are the motivations that keep me moving and continue to make great products.
Yeah, that's great. So what about you, Thanuja? What was your aha moment to start byThanuja?
Okay, so I don't think many people are aware that byThanuja is only 2.5 months old, guys. So I'm still very fairly new. So my aha moment came in during the MCO, when most of us could not go about doing our usual day-to-day jobs. I work from the media line, so media was literally a lot of filming, a lot of hosting, and I was really just really idle, not being able to do much. And I just idea of everybody's so focused now on health, and this is something that mom was literally grinding first the powder at home even more, and she's like, you got to boost them up, and you got to take it. And I've got two frontline brother-in-law and my sister-in-law who actually work at the COVID centers and my mom would be giving them supplies of the powder, and I was thinking to myself, like, you know what, why don't I share this with the world? So that literally was my aha moment during the MCO, and I decided to just, you know what, I have all the time on my head right now. I'm not traveling, doing my travel filming. Why don't I just try and push this out there for everyone so everybody can benefit?
Wow, that's great. Starting from your mom's recipe and now sharing to the rest of the world. Now everybody's gonna know about it. That's great. So since the moment you had your groundbreaking idea at Thanuja, how did you find the courage to shift from the online business realm? So what was the first thing you started working on to keep these running?
I think for me, the most daunting bit was the fact that I'm a new entrepreneur in the sense that having a physical product to push out there, something that for people to consume. Having said that, I work online very actively, being in the media, I work on Instagram, on Facebook. So this is not entirely new to me, having been able to build a brand for myself, me brand. I've been very, very fortunate that I've been able to know processes throughout all the learning curves that I've been able to implement for byThanuja as well. So yeah.
Oh, that's great. It seems like you're quite empowered to start this, and no matter what, even though it's still new, right? And we have to start.
But it's fun. Great testimonials where customers from feedbacks which have been pretty amazing. So it's very exciting when you receive that.
That's great, and hopefully today we can inspire everyone else who aims to start their own digital entrepreneurship. So what was Thanuja, so what was it like starting your business recently during the lockdown and this global pandemic?
It was daunting, like I said, risky. I've never had to package anything physically, and this was something consumed from home, so I didn't know whether people were going to receive it. But then, because it's helped us so much as a family, tried, tested, proven, I decided, you know what, it's never. I just from and friends actually tried it personally, and I gave it to them as little hamsters to experiment, and they're like, oh my god, this is great, I think you should already share it. So I think that really was the push for me to just go out there and get it done, really. Yeah.
Okay, that's great. So it's really about just making things happen and try it out no matter what the circumstances is.
It's like I said, I think it comes to a point in time where you start thinking about what's the next stage in your life, and what do you want to do. And I think it's now or never, especially in times like this when everything's so uncertain. And if you never give it a try, you never really know. So why don't just give it a shot and see really what. Otherwise, you're just going to be living in regret and I wish I'd done that. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Yeah, that's good. So we don't want to, it's now or never, really.
Yeah.
So Sian Chiew, so your businesses that you said it was mostly about ethical practices and ethically produced, which is a very niche market. So what is your advice to other startup owners who wish to be more than just profit-making businesses, but also one that's ethical and sustainable?
Okay, I don't really agree that being ethical actually puts us in a niche market, as more and more people start to care about environment, sustainability, and social justice issues. Being ethical is just something that can actually help the bottom line if you do it right. So treat your employee right, they will be good to you. Treat your customers right, and they will come back to you. So yeah, so as social consciousness increase, we hope that more business will understand that being ethical is a beneficial feature and not something that's against profits or success.
That's good. So it's not just, it's not just about making it a niche market, but it's something that you're really promoting out there to make sure it's a norm.
Right. And this is something I truly believe in.
That's great. So we also have people from Bangladesh here today, from Kenya. So just a reminder, if you guys have any questions, we will have Q&A towards the end. So please feel free to write in the chat box. Don't be shy. Keep engaged. To any questions for Sian Chiew or Thanuja, all right? So back to Thanuja.
Yes, I'm here.
There's a great review about your product on hormone balancing powder.
Yes, that's right.
So what kind of risks and sacrifices do we have to be prepared when starting a business?
I think definitely sleepless nights, especially someone who's new. And like I said, being very new in the entrepreneur world, 2.5 months, I'm still learning the curve, still trying out, falling, getting up again. It's very exciting. I try and tell myself every day that, I'm actually pushing something that's very close to my heart out there. And ultimately, it is going to benefit people. And I think that really keeps me going, in the sense that I know this has worked for me and my family all these years. And it's something that I really want to share with everyone. And everybody is looking to be healthy and beautiful. And I do have something that can really help. So I think that for me is the driving factor on a daily basis, even when days come that I'm like, oh my god, is it so tough, and how am I going to do this, or when I have doubts. So yeah, I think for me that's my main driving factor, really.
Wow. So even though it's sleepless nights, you still believe in the cause, and that's what drives you.
Yeah, I think it's for me, more than anything, it's just having a really clear conscience before I go to bed at night. I'm selling something that's working. Is it authentic? Is it really going to help people out there? I think for me that's my drive. Yeah,
that's great. So anyone can relate. Sometimes if you're running businesses, it's hard. Raise your hand, share your thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
So Sian Chiew, So Sian Chiew, that you've been in the business longer and then now your business is thriving, what is the top priority in ensuring that everything runs smoothly?
Okay, thank you for the kind words, but I think we still have a long way to go. As the business grows from me and my partner to a team, our top priority is to create good work environment and culture. I believe that good people in a good environment will produce great results. And I also really want to build a fair and safe workplace so my team can work more efficiently and their opinions are valued. It's super challenging, but I think it's fun to work at and will bring out the best in everyone. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
great.
that's what we're working on right now, building our team.
So the team really matters.
Yes, because in order to grow bigger, I can't just do it myself anymore. We have to work with, everyone in the team and to bring this further.
That's a key takeaway. So it's not about running it alone, but having the key team to make it grow.
I will totally have to agree on that. Like, I don't believe like anyone can do anything alone, and with the right support and the right, drive, I think, yeah, you can definitely grow bigger. So I agree with Sancho on that. But having a team really helps.
I used to feel so scared, like so insecure to actually, have like a team because you got to trust people to work with you because you always have your own ideas and stuff you want to do. So yeah, it's hard to like, you need to learn to believe in people, to let go,
Yeah, especially when you're a baby, right? You're like, oh my God, like, am I going to give it out there? Like, you gotta be so, yeah, you have sleepless nights. I think having a business just really sleepless nights, guys.
Have you been feeling the same way too? Sleepless nights. Well, how about when you have a team together?
I do have a team of the three of us right now, so I'm lucky in that sense. Everybody's aligned, feedback's welcome. Like Sanju said, you gotta trust and you gotta let go as well. You can't just, I'm gonna do this all by myself, because I don't believe. I think even if you put your mind to it of 110% or even 1,000%, you definitely need help in anything you pursue. And I don't just think it's a business. So yeah, for sure, support is definitely for sure.
All right. So as a starting business, you already have 3 people in your team, Thanuja.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. What about you, Sian Chiew?
Okay, so I actually started by myself only because I didn't have like any funding, so I couldn't afford to hire. But I was great for that kind of experience. I picked up a lot of skills along the way to sell, to design, to actually make products. A lot of skill. So yeah.
Great. Now you've actually reached a quite engagement. So how did you stand out from the sea of competitors out there?
Right. I think I just put in a lot of my soul and heart in my brand. And I guess that really helps me to keep the engagement with my audience. I share things that I really love and values that I truly believe in. When you're sincere, your audience will feel it. And I also listen to them a lot and I will always try to help as much as I can. So yeah, I guess just be creative or with your own ideas, study successful brands, get inspired, and use that to come up with something new and unique. Always push the boundaries. Yeah.
That's true. Always pushing the boundaries. And now you have over 33,000 followers on Instagram. So that's great. How do you keep your followers growth and engagement on social media?
I just stay connected to my customers a lot. I also use just utilize the feature like IG story to keep engaged because it's like an easy and creative way to create content to educate. Because people always have like a lot of skincare a lot of questions about skincare. So yeah, I just try to help as much as I can and don't make people feel like it's bad not knowing about skincare.
What about you, Thanuja? How do you keep people engaged?
I think, like Sian Chiew said, it's very important to connect with your customers and your clients. So I try and do that as well. I try and reply every DM or questions. I also have a link that's directly linked to my line. So any questions, definitely, they say customers always right. I always keep that in mind. And I try and give them as much feedback and answer any questions that they have. So yeah, and definitely having a social with all the features like Sian said, really, really have Instagram posts, Instagram stories. Yeah, it's a fantastic way to just connect and be real.
Technology is just amazing. It brings everyone together.
Yeah.
Even when pandemic happens, right? You can't go out, but we can still connect with people.
Correct. Imagine if there was no internet during a pandemic. I mean, none of us ever thought we would be living a pandemic in our lifetimes. But yeah, I mean, internet is, the way to go. It's the future, really. And thank goodness for it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have to really utilize the tools on Instagram, like stories, feeding posts. So it's not that hard, but it's just consistency, right?
Consistency, it is work. I mean, if it's great that you're having a product, but you got to do the research. You got to get it out there. You got to make sure people understand it well. Your objectives heard, your objectives understood. I try and do a lot of customer feedbacks. That's how I try and engage with my customers the most. And I reach out to them maybe after 2 weeks of consuming the product and just let me know. I would love to hear your story. And then I post it up for people to have a look and I think it's been doing great so far, touch wood.
Yeah, we see a lot of feedbacks on both of your Instagrams. So if you guys want to check it out, in the comment on Instagram, Root Remedies, you can find them at Root Remedies. And Thanuja's Instagram handle is byThanuja for her organic powders. So are my goals for growth too conservative or too aggressive?
I've always been someone, if I have an idea in mind, I've always been someone who's, just pursued it. Like I said, you never try, you never know. And that's always been a mindset that I've adopted from a very young age. Of course, the fear is there. Even coming on this webinar for me, I was like, oh my God, I'm not an entrepreneur. I'm just 2.5 months old. But it's a learning curve for me. I feel everything's a real learning curve. And like I said, if we never try, we never know. So I don't think I'm being too aggressive. It's something that I truly believe in. I don't think I'm definitely not conservative either. I think if you believe in something and you really want to do it, just go out there and do it. As long as you're not hurting anybody in the process and your conscience are clear, then why not? And if it's going to benefit tons of people, hey, just get out there and do it. Don't let fear hold you down. I think that's the number one thing. A lot of ladies, women, especially out there, are very fearful to try something new.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah. Especially when we don't come from a background of like, I never studied business. Like, what do I know head and tail? But I mean, speaking to friends, doing your own research, we have an encyclopedia that's on a Google, right? We can just Google everything and anything these days. And it's the whole world out there for you to just go and try it. I mean, you never try, you never know. And even if you do fail, just work on it again, get up and just try again and again. I always remember this story, KFC, Colonel Sanders, he had to get the recipe right 100 times before he perfected KFC. So I think that is one of my biggest inspirations about running byThanuja at this point in time. I always think, and I always look at it as a pedestal for me to keep pushing and always be humble. And I think don't feel like you know it all. Understand your competitors out there, get feedback, learn from friends, family. Don't be afraid to try. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be shy. Because if you never do, then you're never going to know. So, yeah.
Right. That's a good key takeaway. Like you said, try 100 times and you will get up and you'll never know what happens on 101th time.
And every time I think you fall, you get to that, you get closer to perfecting it. Fine, perfection's subjective, it's not attainable, but you get closer to knowing what you did wrong the last time, and you learn better. So I feel that's all we got to do, girls.
So what about you, Sian Chiew? Did you ever find that, you were limiting your self-belief as well?
Well, I totally agree with Thanuja. When I first started, I was so young. I was only like 20, 21, and I'm a girl. So I think it's like pretty normal. A lot of people just don't take me seriously. They think I'm just like a kid, don't know what I'm doing. And I didn't have a lot of confidence, but like Thanuja said, you just got to try, you just got to learn, like just learn extra harder, work extra harder to get there. Yeah. So literally there's no shortcut to success. You just have to work really hard.
Sleepless nights.
So just about working hard, and no matter what drags you down, just keep going.
Yeah.
Right. So what's the biggest, I'm going to open it to both of you. So what were the biggest challenges in starting a business from scratch? So Thanuja, we can start with you first.
I think for me, it was during the MCO. So resources were just not available to you. It was really difficult. I mean, we didn't leave our houses. So thankfully for internet, like she said, I had the internet, and I started my logo. I started to find ways how to package my product. I went on to Shopee. I went on to Lazada, trying to get it done, trying to ship stuff so I could try packaging and things, but it was taking too long, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, slightly towards when we were reaching our CMCO, when things were not so strict, was only then packages could arrive. So it was a very tough process, kind of demotivating as well, because I didn't know head or tail, and I was just trying. So it was tough, but I guess not giving up and still wanting to try and get it done was just something that, and like I said, I was so idle, like I didn't have anything else to do, so I just pushed for it, really. Yeah.
We love your energy and just really trying. Sometimes you just never know.
Yeah, you never know. I know you never try, you never know.
So back to Sian Chiew, you also said that, you were so young, you didn't have much funds. What were your biggest challenges apart from that?
So that was the biggest challenge, without funding, no connections at all, zero experience and skills. So yeah, I just need to work extra harder, and I have to do everything by myself. So it was really tiring, and I think I also sacrificed a lot because I didn't have fun, right? So basically, whatever I learned, I just have to reinvest into my business again. To sacrifice the time that I hang out with my friends, because I just didn't have a lot of money to spend. I no pretty clothes and stuff, and also because I'm actually a very shy person, so it's really hard to put myself out there, talk to people, and I wouldn't talk like this 5 years ago, I think.
Well done.
Wow, such growth. From 5 years, we managed to build that, and we like that. We're honest on our weaknesses.
Very touch. You have to with that, right? Because otherwise, there's just no opportunity or chance for growth. Otherwise.
That's great. Yeah, that's true. So we have some questions from the floor, and thank you everyone for your questions. Please feel free to ask more. So we'll start asking questions.
Okay.
All right, for Sian Chiew and Thanuja. So firstly, what is your advice for a new entrepreneur starting on social media?
Okay, let me read the questions.
Okay, I'll say it again. What is your advice for a new entrepreneur starting on social media, since both of you are running on social media, Instagram or Facebook?
I guess just really put in your soul and heart and values that you truly believe in. Like you can never be someone else, and never try to pretend to be someone, because social media world is you don't see people in real life, you can be anything you want, but you just got to like stay true to yourself.
Mm-hmm. So we want to keep staying true. Were you
Yeah.
challenged by that anytime?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess it's just really put myself out there because when I first started, right, I was so scared to like put my photos out there, captions, because I always worry like, what if people think my photos are not nice, my captions are stupid, I don't know, you just stop a lot, and then yeah, but you just gotta try.
Okay. Were there any challenges in using ethically grown and natural ingredients? So what was the process like?
I think the challenge is they always have like very short shelf life. So you have to take that into account when I formulate products, and also to sourcing. Sourcing has always been a big issue. Yeah, but we are working on it.
Yeah, like again, sometimes we just have to keep trying, right?
Yeah. Yes, I remember last time I used to always like driving around just to source ingredients. I would drive to Cameron, Highland, Penang, yeah, just to find the ingredients like that work. So yeah, hard work.
So for our audience here, note that going to Penang is hours away, and so is Cameron Highlands from Kuala Lumpur, where we are now.
Yeah.
So is Thanuja back? Thanuja, are you there? Sorry, you're on mute.
You hear me?
Yes, welcome back.
Sorry, I don't know what happened. I just disappeared.
It happens. So we were talking about if you have any new advice for entrepreneurs starting on social media.
Oh, wow. Only being 2.5 months, I don't know if I can give you any advice. I'm not entitled to. I'm still learning so much, ladies. I mean, like I said, I've been on social media for years, but I think it's so different from handling a product now that, I'm giving out that to people. But I think if I can just touch the baseline as to marketing on social media, I think being consistent, being honest really, really goes a long way when it comes to something that you do want to get out there. So if it's your brand, then you do want to be very clear of your objective, and your conscience has to be very clear, because it's something that you are selling, something that you are giving out there to people. So I think that's the best advice that I can give. Also, having a social media strategist or someone you can work with very closely to help you get things out there would definitely help in the long run. Yeah.
Okay, so knowing your objectives is crucial in starting your own social media journey. So to both of you, let's continue on with you, Thanuja. See, when you started, along the way, what did you discover during the journey? Surprising factor.
As in for byThanuja, I think the one thing that I realize is people there's so many questions, right? And I handle all these by myself. Like my business phone is with me, I am answering all the questions. I'm doing it. Sometimes my assistant does it, but as much as I can, I interact with my customers. And I think that's very important because no one knows my product like I do. And I think that really helps. All the questions that people send your way, try and be honest, answer them. I think that really, really helps. Another thing I realized with selling a hormonal balancing powder, a health and beauty powder out there, is so many people have a lot of health and beauty issues that I am so surprised to learn about. I never knew so many women suffered from hormonal imbalance at such a young age. And, these little things are coming up to me, and I'm starting to learn this, and it's just really mind-boggling.
Yes, so you have direct communication with your customers all the time.
Yeah, I think it's very important. Very, very important.
That's good to keep your customers engaged, especially in this digital entrepreneurship journey.
I mean, in the early stages, especially when it's your baby, you know, I think no one knows your product like you. So
That's true.
yeah.
What about you, Sian Chiew? Did you, along your journey, did you come across something that was so surprising?
So surprising. I think it's just there's still a lot of people like pretty clueless about skincare, and maybe they've been taught by commercial products that you have to use like 10 products at once, you know, just in order to have like beautiful skin. So it's something I need to always educate my customers that you don't need that many of stuff, you know, just keep it really simple. Yeah, you know.
Free, well,
There's a lot of educations lah.
So it does take time to educate the customers.
Right. And especially, I think natural skincare is still something very, very new. Yeah.
All right. So during your journey, of course, launching and educating customers, how did you deal with unhappy clients?
Unhappy clients. I think most of my customers are like super happy with us.
Wow, that's great.
But if we really encounter any, then we would just, you know, try our best to like soothe them. Yeah.
What about you, Thanuja? Did you come across unhappy customers? And sometimes delivery even not about the product. So
I was just going to go there, right? So for me, my unhappy customers have been when my products do not reach them in time, and then I'll be like, oh my god, and then I call my agency, and I'm like, my delivery agency, and I'm like, what happened to the package? So I always have this mindset, and I think I've adopted this when I started this, was customers are always right. And I think that really helps me really in my patience, when sometimes customers can be really difficult on you, like really, really difficult. Some can get really mean, some can get really rude, but I try and you know, reel it in and say, you know what, you're always right. Let me try and help you in whatever way I can, and give you the best product in the easiest way that I can. So when it comes to delivery, I mean, once it's out there for delivery, it's really not in our hands anymore, you know. So I try and explain to customers, you know, please give it a while. You've got your tracking number. Let us give them a call and see what we can do for you. So I think the one thing you want to remember is a customer is always right.
So customers,
and if it keeps you humble as well, you know, and you don't get carried away and whatever not. And I think it just reels you into like, okay, they're right. Like, try and keep them happy. Ultimately, they are your customers, you know.
Yeah, and I think delivery issue, this kind of thing, is really out of our control sometimes.
Correct. Yeah.
You just let the customers know you are there with them, you know.
Yeah.
They're not facing it alone.
Yeah, because it's so stressful on us. I think that's, for me, the biggest learning curve as well when it comes to delivery. I get so stressed out when someone, I did not receive my product, and I'm like, oh my god, track back, and you know, like, you know, what's happening. I think that for me is the craziest part about this business, really. Digital entrepreneurship is the delivery.
that's true, especially during this lockdown when delivery is more enhanced.
Everything's backlogged in a way, you know. So
yeah, so we have some comments here, how they really, you know, they feel really empowered, how not letting fear bring you down. We have a comment from Zoe, how she says she loves how both Thanuja and Sian mentioned that, you know, you have to get over your anxieties and fears and try. So we love getting these feedbacks, guys, so keep it going.
Thank you.
More of your questions in the chat room. Let's talk about, you know, strategy and effective marketing tools to enhance your brand on social media. So do you guys have any tips and advices?
Well, I just listen to my customers a lot. Like, you know, they will have like very simple questions like, how do you use a product? You know, that is something I can make into content already.
Right. Yeah. I do that too. I think that's like the best way, because people want to know. And I think I always ask feedback from family and friends. I'm like, hey, can you please go have a look at my social media page? Like, go and look at byThanuja's page and let me know, do you understand my branding? Like, do you get what I'm trying to say? Do you get the product? I think that is the key to getting third party, fourth party, fifth party insight into your branding. I think ultimately that's what you want to be, right? You want to sell something that people understand. It's clear, and it.
That's why I also try to make the content very easy to understand. You know, you don't give like big article, because
Yeah.
sometimes just to read, some people might not read. So try a lot of ways. You can write blogs or videos.
Yeah, that's true. So we do have some questions as well. We have
Mhm.
here from Hamna. Do you, what are, how do you maintain consistency in creating content, or what tools do you use? Do you do, maybe not all of us are proficient in Photoshop. Are there tools out there that you use? Do you use Facebook ads,
Yes, yes.
IG ads?
Yeah,
You know, sorry, go ahead first, no worries.
like I'm not like really good in using Photoshop and stuff, but there are a lot of editing tools out there that's like super easy to use. Yeah, so yeah, and I also try to keep my photos very like original, so sometimes I don't edit too much. Yeah. So that's just like my style lah.
Yeah, just like the beginning when, we really emphasize how you're a very minimal person, and that really reflects on your brand.
So I always want to like use very minimal effort to achieve like maximum results. So just keep things like really simple.
What about you, Thanuja? Do you also reflect your personality in how you create content?
I think, yeah, you can pretty much see it. byThanuja is super colorful, although I was very determined to inject my personality into it. I mean, when people I products, everybody's like, oh, very serious, very green, very, black and white. And I was like, I wanted something modern, fun, engaging, and I think it shows in byThanuja's marketing page. I tried to get my own marketing done in the initial stages with designing on social media and stuff, but I failed horribly because I'm not good at it, ladies. I'm going to be very honest with you. So I actually have a social media designer who does my things for me. At days. So yeah, I'm not good at that. And when you're not good at something, you need help, then you need to get it. Yeah.
So that's good takeaway as well. When you need help, which you will, go ask for help.
Yeah.
Right. And we have one question from Sherry. Sorry if I pronounce it wrongly, but that's a great question that you're asking, because both of Thanuja's and Sian Chiew's brands are very purposeful. So the question is, how do you and your products empower the vulnerable and marginalized girls, low income, those who lost their jobs due to the COVID impact? So Thanuja, you want to start first?
Sorry, I didn't hear that properly. Ida, can you just repeat that?
Yes, the question is, how do you and your products empower the vulnerable and marginalized girls, like low income and those who lost their jobs with COVID impact?
Okay, to be very honest, I feel like comparatively to all the other products out there in the market, Thanuja's cost is just 100 ringgit for 100 gram, which lasts you a month. You just have to consume 1 teaspoon a night, nightly, because it's an Ayurvedic product, so do not consume it religiously, because it really does help. I have students buying my product, like 15, 16-year-olds who tell their parents, and the parents are very keen because it's 100% natural. There are no additives, no preservatives in byThanuja, living herbs at all. And I think the one thing you want to know about byThanuja, our motto is inner health, outer beauty. Because coming from my mother, who always said you have to look and feel good on the inside first before it shows, because otherwise you're never going to have that outer glow. You're never going to be able to achieve it. So my mom has always stressed about nutrition and taking care of your insides first. If you see, byThanuja's motto is IHOB byThanuja, which stands for inner health, outer beauty. So always moving forward in the future, byThanuja will be all about inner health, outer beauty. So it all has to start from the inside, because if your digestive system's not working right, your hormones are imbalanced, your heart health is not good, it's not going to show, because you are what you eat, you are what you consume. You have to look after yourself from the inside. And it's really not that expensive. It's really not that difficult. You just have to be very conscious, very mindful of what you consume at the end of the day. And that is something that I aim to bring out there, especially to ladies. Because like I said, I'm discovering so many women who are suffering from menstrual cramps, hormonal imbalances. It's crazy. At such young age, 21, 22. I'm not afraid to say I'm 35, touch wood, with my living herbs that I have been consuming from the age of 19. My mom and dad are 76 and 70 respectively. Touch wood, no one's gone under the knife. We've not had any issues because this is a true health and beauty magic tonic, if I could say, a kashayam as we call it in Ayurveda, because it really does help you from the inside first, and then it goes on the outside.
So inner beauty.
Inner beauty first, and then out. So, I mean, a lot of girls don't realize that, you know, by spending thousands of ringgit on makeup, on spending thousands of ringgit on skincare, if your insides are not functioning right, nothing's going to work. You know, you want your insides, you want to have a clean, beautiful, glowing canvas. Is your skin the biggest part of your organs, biggest organ in your body? You want to look after that first, and everything starts from the inside.
So starting from the inside and to the outside, to our organs and skin, and our skin.
Exactly, and it's so important. So I believe, like what Sian Chiew said, keeping it simple with skincare. I don't spend thousands of ringgit on products. I mean, I work in the health and in the beauty line of all my life, you know, 10, 15 years now. And I do believe in products out there. I do, but I believe firmly looking after your insides first. That's number one.
So that really relates with Sian Chiew's, you know, concept of being minimal. So, and you want to add anything onto that, Sian Chiew? How, reflecting on what Thanuja said on being simple?
Yeah. So we always aim to, like, you know, create skincare for everyone. Everybody can use, you know, men and women, and we have customers of all ages, from very young girls to, like, you know, elder women, like because that's why we want to also, like, offer our products like real high quality, but with a very affordable price, so everyone can afford that.
That's cool. So, you know, it really resonates with our audience here, CD, who said it was because of passion and the love creating content, which kept CD motivated and surrounded with positive people.
Keep doing.
It's great. And we also have a comment here from Shobana. They love the honesty and relatability that you guys bring. That's great news. It's a way to make purchase and try it out.
Well, we're all here to learn as well. I'm learning so much from you ladies as well, looking at your chat. So,
okay. Let's get a little bit more technical. We have one question here that says, what are your thoughts on collaborating with influencers, people with larger platforms to support your business when you start out? And this question is from Shobana.
Yeah,
I think that category of influencers, I don't like to say influencers, I like to call it key opinion leaders. I do a lot of key opinion leading when it comes to working with brands out there. And I feel it's definitely 100% effective. You also want honest feedback. For byThanuja, I am yet to go onto the process of getting all my KOL friends on board. I've sent some packets to some friends who have given me honest feedback, and I'm yet to go. But yes, I do have a list of KOLs that I would love to engage to get honest feedback. And because it's something that you consume, so it will take a while, and it varies to everybody, right? So it'll take probably, like, for some people it might take a week and you might see a difference. Some people 2 weeks, you know, some people a month, especially when it comes to hair, skin, and nails. It takes at least 3 months. So how your hair, skin, and nails look like now, ladies, I think not many of you are aware, is actually what you put into your body 3 months ago. Did you know that?
Wow.
So if you Google this online, so exactly how you look now with your skin, hair, nails, it's exactly what you put in your body 3 months ago. So yeah, be very mindful. That's what I'm saying.
Wow, guys, 3 months ago, let's start reflecting.
Yeah, it's a cycle that takes your skin and your hair to, you know, to reform and rejuvenate again. Yeah, you're not healthy 3 months ago. I'm saying, none of us was, ladies. And that's why I binge extra, and I'm a sweet tooth. Yeah, I have so much of chocolates. You have no idea. So when I feel I've had too much of chocolates or stuff over the weekend, I take 2 scoops of byThanuja every night before I sleep. So then it gets rid of all the oils and all the sugar in my body. I'm guilty too.
We're all guilty here, guys. Even Esther is saying, whoa, I think that's enough. We didn't know.
On in flesh, we're all flawed.
So that's a good key takeaway. So Sian Chiew, let's go back to the question. You've also established quite strong presence. Did you work with collaborators or anyone who's stronger?
Definitely, like you have to work. Like I say, you cannot always do everything by yourself. You need to work with people and to help you to like spread the words. But I always want to like keep this very organic and honest. I only want their like, if they really like it, they will talk about it. So yeah, just really want to keep it like a very authentic and honest.
So authenticity and honesty.
Yeah.
People are going to talk about it. We have one question here that says, how do you make your product stand out amongst others who are doing the same?
Just put in the values that you actually believe in, put in a lot of your personality, because it's just not just a brand, but try to associate it with yourself, so you give more personality to your brands. And
personality.
Yes, because no one can be you.
That's such a key outcome. All right, so Thanuja, we have one question for you. Yeah. How are you able to verify that your products are medically responsible and fact-checked?
Okay. I think at the end of the day, what I'm trying to put out there for ladies, it's a home to home. It's from my home to yours at the end of the day. It's tried, proven, and tested by me and my family members over the course of like 40 over years, because I've been consuming it since I was 19. I'm 35. Like I said, my mom is 70. My dad is 76. My mom is 70. So it's something that if you wish to try, please go and try. I have, like I said, it's only 2.5 months old. I'm receiving testimonials from ladies who have not had their period in 7 months, and she took it for 2 weeks and she's menstruating and she's super happy. Ladies suffering from PCOS, fibroids, menstrual cramps. It's great. Touch wood, I've not had menstrual cramps or issues my whole life. There was one point when I was traveling too much and my powder finished. I didn't take it for a while and I did start having menstrual cramps. But if you do take this, it really, really helps you balance your hormones, balance your inside, because we do have ingredients in there that aid with balancing all your hormones for men and for women as well.
All right. What about
tested and proven by family members and friends? Yeah, so don't get any ideas that it's medically whatever, but yeah, it's really tried, tested, and proven and like I said, it's something from my home to yours.
All right, so it's from her home. You just have to try it out with your close families.
If you wish to try, no obligations.
All right. What about you, Sian Chiew? Do you have anything to add on top of that?
Well, I just, when I developed the products, I just did a lot of research, studied research papers, and just did a lot of experiments. Like Thanuja said, you just start with the people around you, your family and friends. Just get them to try first. If they like it, they will spread the words.
Yeah, word of mouth. I think byThanuja is honestly growing by word of mouth now, organically, because I realized like the first month it was when people ordered, everything sold out great, and then reorders start coming in, and that's when you really know that, hey, your product's actually working for people. And then now I'm almost into my 3rd month and I'm seeing new names that are ordering, and I'm like, okay. And then people are like, oh, I heard it from my friend that this works for acid reflux or like hormonal imbalance, and I want to get, so if it's working. And like I said, if you're selling something honest, there's really nothing to be afraid of, and it's really helping people out there. And then you really start seeing the results in your product and sales.
So trialing your products. How does the power work to regulate our hormonal imbalance?
Okay, so we have properties in byThanuja. So if you go and see byThanuja's page, our main hero ingredient is black cumin, fenugreek, and ajwain. And if you Google about these herbs, you know that these herbs are responsible in aiding and helping with hormonal imbalance. You know, it's also anti-diabetic, anti-weight loss, anti-cancerous. It's all online. I mean, these herbs that you are able to Google and see the benefits that, you know, they bring to your body and your health and your skin. It's just the fact that, you know, a lot of people tell me like, oh, you know, I've been consuming this concoction too, Thanuja, but the thing people don't realize with byThanuja, but living herbs, is it is actually it's an Ayurvedic process that goes to it. It's not that we buy our herbs and we just grind it and deliver it to you. You know, we literally have to buy it, wash it. There's a ratio where you need to mix the herbs. You need to roast each herb at a different temperature, and you need to put it together, and then only it goes out for packaging. So it's not just buying all these herbs, because it can be very detrimental to your health if you do that. You know, it's actually an Ayurvedic knowledge that my mother has, that she has passed this down to me. So please don't go buying the herbs and mixing it by yourself and thinking that you can get the benefits, because it can be really detrimental to your health. I think that's something that I really want to put out there, because I receive a lot of, oh, you know, can I just buy and mix it up myself? Or my mother did this for me, but I was having diarrhea the next day. I'm like, oh my God, it's because, you know, there needs to be a ratio of each herb that you need to mix, and it's a measurement process that you need to know. It's a knowledge, it's an Ayurvedic knowledge. So please be very careful.
So be careful, guys. It's something we learned today.
Yeah, not just buying and grinding and drinking. Yeah.
Okay, we have one question here from S. What steps or action plan did you do to gain presence and increase your followers when starting out? I reckon that's difficult. So let's start with you, Sian Chiew.
So I started with like, I'm not an influencer or anything. So I just started going to like a lot of bazaars when I first started. And then I just, you know, engaged a lot of people. I just met like a lot of my customers from there, and then from there I just slowly built it. You know, yeah, just gotta like start somewhere, right?
All right. What about you, Thanuja? You had a strong following before that, so
yeah. So I do have my page, my Instagram page, my Facebook page, Thanuja Nandan. So like I said, I work in the media. I do work in social media. So I just started, you know, promoting over there. And, you know, I think my followers over the years know the fact that I'm very much into all natural healing and, you know, eating healthily, but, you know, having a balance at the same time. Like I said, sweet tooth. So eat all the chocolates you want, but you got to work out, and, you know, you got to be healthy at the same time. So I think from there, it was, in the sense, of course, a little bit more fortunate for me to pull that engagement to get to byThanuja. Yeah.
all right. So we hope that answered your questions, S. We have a few more questions left. So if we did not answer your questions, or if you have more, please feel free to reach out to Thanuja and Sian Chiew on Instagram, or for Girls for Girls. So to wrap it up, we're just gonna go over 3 more questions. So firstly, from CD, what are tips on scaling your business and aiming for a more global audience, a customer? Sian Chiew, you want to start? And then we can go for Thanuja's.
Okay, I think to scale your business, you have to get your supply chain really strong. Yeah, and then okay, and because I think like I say, like technology, right? It brings people together. So I believe it's like much more easier to like bring my products like to global audience if I'm really one day, if I'm like really, but now I think we still have like a lot of work to work on before we start scaling. Yeah, but we're working hard towards that.
That's great. So we very honest from Sian Chiew that you still try, and that's what's great about digital entrepreneurship, that you can gain outreach globally. What about you, Thanuja? Do you have goals to scale up your scale to meet up our international audiences here?
Yes, I do. I definitely do. I've actually been getting a lot of requests to ship overseas, the UK. I can't even ship to Brunei at this point because of restrictions during MCO. Indonesia. I'm really hoping that once the borders open, we will be able to do that. So I'm pretty excited about that. But at the same time, then, you know, you got to think about changing the packaging and, you know, finding postal, how the postal costings are going to cost. So it's a lot of work. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to getting byThanuja across the globe if I can, for sure, because it's helping so many people, and it really makes my heart so full when I receive feedback from my customers, and I think that is something that will just keep me going.
That's great. So hopefully we can, you know, make our Bruneian audiences here happy around.
Yeah, get it to Bangladesh and Uganda and whoever's here. Hi, girls from all over the world.
So I did say that we are, you know, we're going to be closing soon, but everyone, you're doing so well and so engaged. We have more questions coming in. So let's talk about finances, because that's a big aspect of running a business. So Sian Chiew, let's just.
I just got to like do it. Yeah, but you just do a planning. You have to be very careful with every cent you spend. Like whether it takes experience as well to like see if you spend on something, are you gonna get something back later? You know, so it's the experience and just be careful with your spending.
I agree. I think that's so true. I mean, once you start a business, you know, and like Sanju said, you got to reinvest back, you know, because you do grow. And if you've got a team, you got to pay them salaries, you know, you got to keep them going. So yeah, it's definitely, that's a sacrifice too, you know, not being able to sleep at night, not being able to go out as much or shop as much as you used to. So yeah, it's you got to grow the baby, and yeah, definitely finance is one of the biggest things.
So that's a great key takeaway. Sometimes in running our business, we do have to sacrifice some of the external spending for us to go out with our friends and just focus on this baby business.
Yeah.
So we hope that answered your question, Hamna. And again, feel free to reach out if you have more questions later. So another question here from Chung. How do you create the product from scratch? So we need to have a strong scientific knowledge to create a product. So let's start.
I like that one, but yeah, Chung, honestly, I'm lucky in the sense that it's something that I tried and tested on personally. Like I said, it's direct testing, trying personally on myself and my family members. It's a product that was perfected by my mother Ayurvedically. So there was no scientific, you know, I didn't need to go to a lab and get it done, because it's all personally, like I said, from my home to yours, in that sense. So, yeah.
Yeah. And for my products, like there are a lot of research out there about ingredients. So yeah, I just got to like, you know, read a lot of them to get the knowledge to help me to formulate the products.
So it's really all about experimenting with close people around you.
Yeah, and like I said, I think more than anything, it's your conscience is clear and it's something that you really believe in and it really does work. And you know, you just make it very clear that, you know what, this is something that I truly believe in. Do give it a try if you want to. That conviction, I think, itself, and if it's really helping so many people, then don't be afraid to try it out, guys. Like, everything comes from experience, right? If you don't try it, you never know.
That's true. We have another question here from Norella. Back to the finance question. Since, you know, you both really thrived your way into the digital business, do you have professionals handling your financials, accounting, taxes? Do you have any tips for that?
I'm quite lucky. I mean, to hire one at this point in time wouldn't be ideal. It wouldn't be cost effective as well. So I do have a friend who, yes, is handling my accounting and my taxes. I think just try and ask some friends for some help at the beginning. You know, point in time when you're just beginning, you're just starting a business. most of us can't afford to pay a lawyer or a tax person to get it done. So just try and ask friends for some help, in the beginning, more than, if you're friends, they'll be more than happy to help you. Accounting friends, give me like a balance sheet and tell me how to go about doing it. And, you learn doing it as well, give them some pocket money if they're really close friends. Or yeah, just do that, guys. I think that really helps. And that's what, I'm working on this end with my finances and taxes.
Yeah.
Asking friends. What about you?
Okay, so I started by doing it myself first, because I couldn't afford anyone. But like Thanuja said, I just gotta like ask around. I just happen to have like a lot of friends who work in accounts, so I get advice from them. And it's okay, like you don't have to think like you are stupid for not knowing this kind of thing, So you just ask everyone, get helps, and then I think it was still like a mess. So luckily now I managed to hire some professional to handle it better. But yeah.
Yeah, asking our friends, and like Thanuja said, give some pocket money. That's great, guys. And we have Shabona here saying that you guys have been so transparent with your sharing, and this is really a perfect example. It's so inspiring. So thank you.
Thank you. So happy to share.
So Nisa, I have a question. Which channel would you focus first on? Selling your social media, creating a website, other e-commerce platform, or other channels? So we'll start with Thanuja, and then we'll go with Sian Chiew.
So because I do have a strong presence on Instagram, on social media, I decided to start off there digitally. In the long run, I definitely do want to create a website as well to get things easier with traffic flowing and getting orders out. But I think as of now, for those of you who are starting and you want to save costs, because building a website also takes a lot of money, just start off on Instagram. It's an app that everybody's on right now. Digital marketing is on there. You can just have an Instagram shop like what I do, and then you have a link tree, and then it goes to you have another phone for your business, and you can get that done easily. And maybe looking to building a website later on.
Yeah. Or you can also, I believe there are like a lot of platforms to build your website with very low cost, but you can probably start from there, and it's like super easy to set up. You probably don't need professional. You can just, with just a few clicks, and then you can have your website. So you can start from there. And then Instagram, these are like free platform, Facebook, so yeah.
All right. So Instagram, Linktree, and Facebook before we invest strongly in a website. That's great. There's a comment here from Zoe that Sian Chiew, Zoe was going through your website, and Zoe admires the fact that you put a lot of information and articles about the products and ingredients.
Yeah.
Wow, they're going to try your products soon, so that'd be great.
So much. I'm really happy that this helped.
So Nisa, we hope that we've answered your questions. So to wrap it up, we have one last question, and feel free, guys, to ask more questions later on for the panelists. Last question. Let's start with Thanuja. What is your life motto? Something that keeps you going when times are tough.
If you never try, you never know. I think I said that over and over again. You never try, you never know. And be kind. Try and be kind anywhere and everywhere when you can. That's it.
All right. So be kind and just try.
Yeah.
What about you, Sian Chiew?
Yeah, so totally agree. Just try, always push your boundary, get yourself out of your comfort zones, and don't you ever think that just because you are a girl, you are like physically smaller than guys. I don't see there's any relation, but yeah, don't get like just because of that, and then you think you can't do anything great. It's not that. Just try.
I think for ladies, for us, I don't know whether it's because of social restrictions, social conditioning from a very young age. We're always taught like, oh, you can't do this or you can't do that, or only the boys can do it better. This is for a male to do. Growing up, I wanted to be a criminal lawyer, and I did study law, but I didn't pursue doing my bar further, because then I joined Miss Malaysia and my life turned 180 degrees. I can't say 360 because then I'll go back to the same position, so it's 180. And then I got into hosting and acting, and I was told like, oh, you can't be a criminal lawyer because it's dangerous for females. And I'm like, why do you say that, especially to young girls? I think the one thing you can give them is confidence, because I think no matter where you go, no matter how hard you fall, you still get up and you still try, and never limit yourself, right? That's why when the question came in about being too conservative, being too aggressive, the world's your oyster. And like I said, if you never try, you never know. So just do it, ladies. Whatever you have, if there's something you believe in so strongly, if it's such a strong conviction, you can't sleep at night about it, you want to get it out there, Google, do your research, talk to friends, talk to family, and just give it a shot.
Right. And talking about the dangerous stuff, right? Like people always say, if you are a girl, it's dangerous for you to like go out by yourself. But
Yeah.
like last time when I talk about the sourcing ingredients, right? I was always by myself driving around. Sometimes I have to like drive really far away from the city just to meet my suppliers. And I was just like a, small girl. So I actually picked up some martial arts just to, learn some self-defense skills, anything happens to me and then I can fight. So there's nothing can stop you, you're small.
Yeah, as we know, physically, we're not biologically built like men. No matter how strong you are, no matter what a pro female athlete you are in this world, you'll never be able to stand against a man physically. So like, what you can do is equip yourself with martial arts, because at least you can, hold back, and you can slowly stop from being, or you can run away and just, get away. I think that really, always equip yourself and never stop learning. I think till our last breath, we'll never stop learning, will we? There's so much to know and so much to learn in the world. We never know. We're never going to know everything. And that's crazy, isn't it, when you think about it? That always fascinates me.
Well, that's really good. We love how we're wrapping up this webinar with empowering, girls and other women, and just trying out and never feel yourself, unconfident because you are a woman. And we have a comment here by Esther that they learned so much from you guys. Thank you for sharing. If you guys have any last words, anything else to say to our audience, Sian Chiew, you want to start?
Sorry, I was lost. I was reading the comments. Can you repeat that again?
If you have any, we're wrapping up our webinar. If you have any last words to say.
No, but just really thank you for having me. I hope by sharing my story, it helps a lot of like young girls who want to start your business, just go and try it. It's okay. There's nothing to lose. You're still so young. Like if it fails, just go on and get a job. Simple as that,
All right, that's good. What about Thanuja? Any last words to say?
I just like to say to all ladies, girls out there, don't be afraid to try. Don't be afraid to push yourselves, push your boundaries. Just go out there and believe and do whatever you wish to do. It's like I said, if you never try, you never know. So don't be afraid. Just get out there and just get it done, ladies, because the world is your oyster, and really there's no one stopping you but yourselves. You just got to tell yourself that every day.
All right, so the world is your oyster, guys. Wow, such engaged audience to hear that we have, loving the energy. So to wrap it up, we'll just take a quick group photo from Izana.
Yes, ma'am. Ida, thank you so much for great moderating of our amazing panelists. Thanuja, Sian Chiew, you are wonderful. Look at all the comments in that group. Everyone loves you. We at G4G love you. So, ladies and gents from Malaysia and around the world, I'm so happy we have our foreign friends joining us today. I hope it's been useful. We're about to take a screenshot. If you'd like to be part of the picture, could you switch on your video? We'll be using this for our social media, if that's okay with you. If that's not, you can leave your video off, no problem. I have 3 pages worth of screenshot to take, so I'll give you the cue and you gotta smile for me 3 times. Normal smile is fine, or you can follow Camilla, our resident cutie pie, with little poses. Okay, I'm gonna do the first page. Smile. 1 second, got page 1. And I'm gonna go to page 2. Alrighty, page 2, those who wanna be in it. I don't know who's on page 1 and 2, but switch on your video and smile. Okay, that is page 2. And one more page. I don't know if there's a better way to do this. My team will know I'm a complete noob with tech. And at 3rd page, smile. Alrighty, Aida, back to you to close the.
Alright, guys, thank you so much. So that's the end of our webinar. Thank you, Nayla. Thank you, Mabel, Amalina, Victoria, everyone, Zoe in the group chat. We have more webinars coming up soon, so keep in touch. Follow our Instagram, follow byThanuja and Root Remedies. Their products are ready for you. And
thank you so much. It's been so much fun talking to all of you.
thanks, guys.
Thanks, everyone. Thank you for joining.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Have a great weekend. Okay.
Yay! Oh my God!
Yay! Congrats, Ida.
Ida, you were
Well
so
done,
good.
Ida.
You
You
were
did
so
so
good.
amazing.
Good.
Good, guys. Everybody was so engaged.
Right? And we have like really good questions coming in as well.
Well done. I'm so impressed. best. Ida, great prep as a moderator. Fatia, great tag teaming with all the
Yeah.
bombarding with everything. Awesome. I have friends who joined in and they're messaging and saying great webinar, some generally good, interesting, and inspiring information for everyone who's logged in. So, oh my God. Well